What's up guys, this is Josh from KeepItTechie, and today I want to do a quick video on a free and open source Office suite that can be used on Linux. Today I want to talk about open source Office suite, and the name of it is LibreOffice. Many people that use Linux already know about this application. I just want to put it out there for people that don't know. But this is an Office suite that can be used on Linux as well as Windows and Mac OS. So to be honest, I believe that Microsoft Office is pretty much the best Office software out there. But I just want to show you guys the second best. And the reason I say this is because Microsoft Office is pretty much the standard that all other Office suites kind of follow. As far as Word documents, as far as Excel documents, it's the best. You can't beat it. But there are free and open source software that's out there that's been developed, and it's been developed for years, that pretty much does the exact same thing. So I want to show you guys how to install it, and then how to use it as well, and show you some of the differences. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you before I install it on Linux is how do you install it on Windows as well as Mac OS. So pretty much if you go here to downloads, the downloads drop down, then click on download LibreOffice, and it will pull up the operating system based on whatever operating system you open up this site on. So if you're on a Windows system, it'll pull up Windows. If you're on a Mac, it'll pull up the Mac version, and you just simply download it. Now also, if you're using Ubuntu, I know they use Dev packages, and a few other Debian based operating systems, they use Dev packages, so you can use that to install. And I've never used RPM packages, but you can download it directly from there. But it also should be in the repositories. So that's pretty much it with Microsoft Windows and Mac OS. You just download it, just click install. It's a simple installer, and it's the same thing if you've been using Linux for a while. Most distributions come with LibreOffice installed. If you install a desktop version or the whatever desktop OS that you download, like if you download Ubuntu Desktop Edition or Ubuntu or Xubuntu or any of those main distributions, they'll come with LibreOffice installed when you install the OS. But I just want to show you guys how to install it in case you have Orch. So let's do that right now. So I'm just open up a terminal, and let's zoom in a little bit. Let's go zoom in so you guys can see. And pretty much the command, since it's in the Orch repository, you just hit sudo pacman -s and then libre, and you can tab it out. It should be, and actually that's 250 packages, but let's just go to LibreOffice, and let's just see what the other. It should be just LibreOffice. You don't have to put anything behind it. There might be like other add-ons to it. As you can see, I already have it installed on my system, so it's no need to install it, but you just go through, press yes. It'll download, install. I'm gonna hit no on this, but you just hit yes. That'll install the full LibreOffice suite on your Orch distribution. As well as Ubuntu is just basically sudo apt install and then LibreOffice as well. Same thing on Debian. So once you have it installed, let me go down and open it up so you guys can see. So let's go start, and then I want to show you guys the different applications that come with it. So it should be under, let's see, I'm trying to remember where to categorize it. And actually let me just go to all so I can pull it up, but they're all under Libre. So as you can see, when you install it, it'll be LibreOffice Base, which is basically like Access, Microsoft Access. So it's basically a database. You can create queries and all kind of stuff. It's now, I haven't used that too in depth because I'm real good with Access. I've worked with Access in different positions, and it's totally different. Like I've tried to open up some of my databases that I've built in Microsoft Access, and they don't work quite right because I believe there is no there isn't any VBA. And I'm not 100% sure about that, but from what I remember, there isn't much VBA support in there. It should be. They may have gotten better with it, and I don't want to sit here and lie to you. But I don't use it. I don't have a need for it, being that most of the time when I use Access, I'm on a Windows network, so I'll just be using Access. I never had to use LibreOffice Base, but pretty much that's supposed to be pretty much the same as Microsoft Access. Now, one thing I can vouch for is Calc. Calc is pretty much the Excel version in LibreOffice, and it's basically spreadsheets. All that. You can do formulas in it. And as you can see, mine's a little weird because of the themes that I have on here, but pretty much this is pretty much how it will look. And you can open up your current Excel documents within LibreCalc, and just like if you have something that you created in Excel, like I'm gonna open this up as an example, and it has formulas in this and everything. This is basically an auto loan calculator that I had on my computer from a long time ago. I would always use this when I'm trying to calculate out before I buy a vehicle. Well, I mean, as you can see, this stuff has all kind of formulas in it. So if I change stuff, it'll update pretty much the same thing, and then you come up with your payment calculator. But I don't want to talk too much about how this works. I just mainly want to show you guys that your Excel documents will open up in LibreCalc. And so that's one example, but just to close it and show you the base, I mean, it's pretty much the same as Access. You got your X and Y axis, with the A, B, and C. You can highlight. It has, some of the same functionality. It's just a little bit different in the look. But if you understand how Excel works, then you can pretty much figure it out. It has, formatting, you can add the fonts, all that stuff that's in Microsoft Office. And then when you save something, let's say you want to save this file, you can go save as, and you can actually save it as their format, which is ODS. It's an ODF spreadsheet, but you also had an option to save in Excel format. It even goes back to the older versions like XLS, and the newer version, which is XLSX. So you can save it in that format as well. And then if you need to transfer it to, let's say, a Windows computer, then like that spreadsheet, then you can open it up there and it'll work just the same. Might be a few compatibility issues, but other than that, it'll open up the exact same as what you had in here. And just to talk a little bit more, it has like some of the functions. Some of them are the same, or pretty much most of them are the same. I haven't really messed with them too much, so I don't really fully know, but I know a lot of these functions, and some of them are pretty much the same, like count if. I've used that in Excel a whole bunch of times when I was working with financial data. So a lot of this stuff is pretty much the same, and it works pretty much the same. You just got to kind of go through it and figure it out, just like you would in Excel. So let me close this out. Don't save. And then also Let's go back down here, and I want to show you the Word document. The actual writer. That's what they call it. In LibreOffice, Microsoft Word, so to speak, quote unquote Word, is Libre Writer in LibreOffice. So just open that up, and this is good. And the main reason I want to point this all out to people is it's for like college students. If you don't have the money to purchase that Office 365 subscription based Office suite, then or O365, this is a great alternative. And I understand there's Google Docs. You can go out and kind of do the exact same thing. But if you don't like your things or your documents being stored in the cloud where Google can obviously see all your information, anything that you write, then this is a great alternative to have for your system, so you can locally work with files. So I mean, I've met people that have written books on here. I mean, it's the exact same thing as Microsoft Word. I mean, at the end of the day, it looks slightly different, but it shouldn't take too long to get used to. If you coming from the Office environment or using the Office suite, which most people have, it's pretty much the same options. And then what I said in Excel or the Excel version, it's the same thing with this writer. You can save as a Microsoft Word document, which is docx format. So you good to go in case you need to move it over to a Windows computer. And the compatibility should be good. So anyway, that's all I wanted to show you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna continue pushing out this Linux content, and I know this is not that much Linux based. This is mainly an application that you can run on Linux, but I still wanted to show it to people that are just getting new to Linux, that there are applications out there that are similar, or if not close or better than what's on Microsoft. So again, please like, share, subscribe, and keep it techie.